I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart, I knew that hell would not have him.
What's going on, horror fanatics? I am Marcus. Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. In this video, I will be discussing a rumor that was released a couple weeks ago that gives insight on what direction the upcoming Halloween TV series could be headed in. Returning viewers, please like and share this video. New viewers, please shoot that subscribe button followed by the notification icon for all content updates to the channel. Okay everyone, so back on June 25th, Cineself over on X, who is a well-known film buff, will go on and share this rumor about the upcoming Halloween TV series, as the post would read, #Halloween rumors, TV series rumored to be a Starz original, but could also end up on Paramount or Hulu. Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis will appear. Story could pick up immediately after the events of the original film and involve Michael being sent to maximum security prison. Alright, so first touching on the rumor of this series following Michael Myers in a maximum security prison after the events of the original film. If this turns out to be true, then this means that Smith's Grove Sanitarium will most likely not be featured in the TV series, and that Michael will not be reincarcerated there because that is a minimum security facility. Having Michael be taken to a maximum security facility is very interesting because this is what Dr. Loomis wanted for the character all along.
Michael Myers must be removed from the sanitarium immediately. I would suggest the maximum security ward at Litchfield.
He knew how dangerous Michael Myers truly was, so he felt that increased security was necessary, which is why he tried to get Michael transferred years before his escape in 1978, as shown in that clip from the TV version of the film. With Michael being placed in a maximum security prison, Loomis obviously feels Michael would never be able to escape. Placing Michael in a maximum security prison presents an opportunity to see a brutal escape scene, reminiscent to the one that we've seen in Rob Zombie's remake, but this could be better because of the increased security measures, which could mean a bigger body count. This would be a great way to showcase just how unstoppable Michael really is, and it would also show the Dr. Loomis character that no level of security can combat the evil that is Michael Myers. Also keep in mind that in Halloween 4, Michael was being cared for at Ridgemont Federal Sanitarium, which was a maximum security prison/hospital. Could we see the return of Ridgemont in the Halloween TV series? I think it's very possible for nostalgia purposes, but it also makes sense being that that was where Michael was sent after the events of Halloween night 1978 after the second film. If this does happen, this could hint at a potential Danielle Harris return later on in the series or in a future film, since Ridgemont was first introduced in the same film that Danielle Harris herself was introduced as Jamie Lloyd, Michael's niece. When it comes to the Dr. Loomis character returning, you all know that I am super thrilled to even see the rumors floating around that creators are looking to bring the character back into the franchise. Now, of course, we won't be getting the donaldpleasence version of Dr. Loomis, but in a later video, I will provide 5 candidates who I think would be great choices to portray the iconic character. Now, what really intrigues me about a Dr. Loomis return is the possibility of this first season or maybe the entire TV series and the next film's story strictly revolving around him and Michael's relationship and rivalry. Yes, Dr. Loomis was a main component and consistent presence throughout the franchise that was featured heavily attempting to bring down Michael Myers in 5 total films, but there was always a Laurie Strode or a Jamie Lloyd story that overshadowed Dr. Loomis's storied history with Michael dating back to 1963. Sure, we got snippets of dialogue about what Loomis felt about Michael, but we never actually got a chance to see why Loomis felt the way he felt about Michael in his time of being his psychiatrist. We never got to see what Loomis saw in Michael that convinced himself that Michael was never to be released and that he was the most dangerous patient that he had ever observed. I personally feel that Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis's rivalry is the best piece of storytelling and character development in horror movie history. We've seen how trying to stop Michael Myers drove Dr. Loomis to become the madman that he had been chasing over the course of 5 films. I would like to see the curtain pulled back even more on their relationship and add in the layers and explain why Loomis came to such a decisive observation of Michael. What did he see living behind that boy's eyes exactly that ensured him that he was purely and simply evil? Now, before seeing this post, I was going to make a video discussing another rumor that my friend Sean had shared with me on Facebook Messenger that he had seen somewhere. I can't remember the site or the link. I tried to go back and find it, but unfortunately I had no luck. But that rumor he shared with me was very similar to this one. that rumor had stated that Michael and Dr. Loomis were returning, but that the timeline would be set in 1963, directly after Michael killed his sister Judith, and that we will be following a young Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis back to Smith's Grove, where we would see disturbing things that in so many ways could have contributed or amplified, to phrase it better, the evil that is inside of Michael. Now, when I first read that rumor, it gave me the Cult of Thorn vibes because of the bit about following Michael in Smith's Grove as a child, seeing disturbing things while he is incarcerated there, so on and so forth. And those of you who know me and know this channel, I've talked about it before when talking about Halloween 6. I am not a fan of that film, nor of the Cult of Thorn direction that they took with that movie. But if this rumor from Cinestealth of following Michael in a maximum security prison is true, I'm actually down for it, because Michael will be put into an environment where the patients/criminals may be on his level or just a hair below in terms of being a psychopath. Plus, the guards can be just as, if not more vicious and cruel than the inmates themselves. So this puts Michael in an environment where we may see him pushed and tested in a way we've never seen before, which could lead to a ton of carnage and mayhem, leading into another eventual escape. I mean, let's really be honest here. We have to assume that Michael will escape at some point. Add in the fact that there will be no Dr. Wynn as the head of the facility to enforce the Cult of Thorn rituals and all that ridiculous nonsense. I can get behind this idea of following Michael's experience in a maximum security prison if the rumor is indeed true. Now, of course, we do have to expect that there will be some other characters being a main focal point in the story. We also have to expect, at least to some small degree, that we will be jumping back and forth between a maximum security prison or Haddonfield, if the rumors do hold up to be true. TV exec Mark Helwig had stated that the TV series will follow and feature characters that may have been seen or mentioned before, but weren't really important to the story. One character that intrigues me for a resurrection is the Alice Martin character from Halloween 2. I think it's safe to expect that there will be moments during the season where Haddonfield and the people and the aftermath of Michael's killing spree plays a role into the story. So incorporating new characters such as Alice and giving them a spotlight, or characters that we've seen before but that wasn't really given a spotlight, isn't out of the question, especially since it seems we won't be getting Laurie Strode or any characters that were brought back for David Gordon Green's trilogy in the TV series. Alice's character lived right down the street from the murders, so retconning her death and making her the new focal point or a main component to the story in the aftermath of 78's film's events would be an effective way to follow a new character that has some familiarity within the franchise. I think the most important thing to touch on about this rumor is that if it does pick up after the events of 78's original film, then both options to incorporate Michael and Laurie as siblings or to not incorporate them as siblings are on the table. Because if the rumor is true, much like with David Gordon Green's trilogy, the original Halloween 2 doesn't exist in this timeline if Michael is being taken back directly to prison after the first film's events. So neither is the revelation that Michael and Laurie are siblings. But the option is still there to present that fact in the TV series if they wanted to return to that aspect in the story, which I think if you're a fan of Danielle Harris returning, you're kind of hoping they reintroduce the sibling aspect from Michael and Laurie's storyline so that her character Jamie can return at some point, even if we don't get Laurie's character to return. So again, everyone, this is just a rumor. Nothing has been made official, but I do believe this idea of following Michael Myers while he is back in prison will subsequently be the main setting for the opening season of the TV series, given the fact that the rumors that have come out that I have seen about the TV series seem to lean heavily in this direction. I think with the return of Dr. Loomis's character, the first season may be centered around him and Michael's relationship more than ever before, and that other characters and stories will be tied in along the way. Though we may never see Jamie Lee Curtis reprise her role as Laurie Strode again, I am not ruling out the possibility that the character will be reprised by a younger new actress at some point in the TV series, especially if they do go back to the sibling aspect of Michael and Laurie's story. Even if she's not prominently featured in the opening season, I would expect a possible appearance from the character if they decide to retcon or reimagine the ending of the original film, just like David Gordon Green did with the Dr. Loomis character in Halloween Kills. But okay, everyone, we have reached the conclusion of this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on this rumor posted by Cinestealth. If the rumor is true, would you like half or most of the storyline and setting to follow Michael in a maximum security prison? Would you like this story to be centered strictly around the Loomis versus Myers rivalry? And let me know what actor or actors you think would be a great fit to play the iconic psychiatrist. Once again, I am Marcus, and this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Thank you all for watching.